All right, welcome. Let me get this set up here. I want to make sure everything's good before we get started. We're also going to change the song because I feel like I'm in Switzerland. I need to find a way better playlist. This is crazy. Alright. We'll roll with that. Just alright, let's see how that works. Give it a second. It's lagging behind on my end. All right. Let's see if I can find my chat box. And we'll get started. There we go. Alright. Then, one last thing. I'm going to put this up if it'll work. Come on. There we go. All right. Hopefully everything's set up. If my voice or the music are too loud or too soft, let me know. And I'll give it a minute or so before we start, just to make sure everything's balanced. But this is with the streaming software, so it's a little bit easier for me to make sure everything looks good. So where did my chat window go now? Oh, technology. See, if we're gonna make this a daily thing, I might need to get another monitor. There is a lot going on here. What I'd like to do is get my iPad and be able to do it that way. So we'll see. This is kind of more so a trial run. So we'll do this for, I don't know, 20-30 minutes. We'll at least get this sketched out. I have an idea in mind and sketched out, maybe get it blocked in, and then we'll kind of see where we're at with people on YouTube. And if it doesn't seem to be super busy, which I imagine it won't be, because YouTube's more driven towards community and subscribing, so they don't really push the discovery like TikTok does. So if that's the case, then what I'll do is I'll just do a quick switch, because all I have to do is shut my computer, and then I can just open TikTok on my phone and we can finish it out there. So I just want to make sure mainly that everything works on the stream and that it seems to be doing okay. So when we get more people converted, then we can make more of like a day for it, like a community type thing. So we'll make it work. Alright, so I'm going to assume that anyone that's here can see it. I don't know if anyone's here because I can't see on my end right now, and I don't really want to mess with the settings and try to figure out how to do it. So I imagine you can see it because I can see it on my software. So hopefully you can hear me, hopefully you can hear the music. We'll work on it if need be. We're going to sketch this out real quick first. I am not a good drawer, so you're going to see kind of behind the scenes. Usually I do this off camera. I don't do this for the TikTok lives. I already have it at least sketched out and starting to paint. So this is kind of exclusive content, I guess if you want to call it that. But we're just going to get kind of a rough estimate of what we're dealing with. I have no idea what size canvas this is. I want to say it's like a 24 by 36 or a 12 by 36. I know it's a 36, but I want to say it's a 12 by 36. I could be wrong. I don't know if it even matters, but it's a nice panoramic canvas. So of course we're gonna have to do a big, giant, awesome landscape with it. So we'll do a rough sketch, and then I'm gonna use the paint mainly. So I already gessoed it. You can tell all the weird little white spaces and everything. So with that, there was a painting under this that I was starting. It was actually a commission for somebody, and it was a coworker, and then they pulled out and said, nope, can't do that when I gave them the price, which it wasn't horrible, but you know, it's not like I'm asking $7,000. But at the same time, it's a bigger canvas, so it was a little bit higher. It's like 200, I think. So, you know, I get it. But anyway, so they opted for a smaller canvas, same kind of painting that is under here, just on a smaller canvas. So I just gessoed over this one real quick because it was just really just blocked in. It wasn't like I put a ton of effort into it. So that's why it kind of looks weird. Technically I should probably do one or two more coats over it, but it's going to be a lot of color, so you're not even going to see it. And I doubt it's going to sell in the meantime. So let me grab, let me hook up my phone real quick and make sure that it's not going to die. I will be right back. Alright, hopefully that's better. And let's see if I can pull this chat box back up. Yeah, I don't imagine there's going to be more than Lottie, you're probably going to be the only one in here, to be completely honest. Unless there's some random person that decides to jump in. So we'll get this sketched, and then I'll probably hop back over to TikTok real quick just to keep the algorithm alive and, you know, do that. It's just easier. But yeah, and I'll just copy over the same name. So I would like to be able to do both. That's the goal. Because if I can get both at the same time, then I can covertly say in TikTok that, hey, I'm streaming on YouTube as well. And then people would kind of go over. So eventually we'll get there. What I'm gonna end up doing once I start getting that traction, I'm only gonna do TikTok lives for about 30 to 45 minutes. Like once a week, maybe twice a week. I'll have dedicated days for TikTok, but with their restrictions and everything, it just drives me up a wall. So I called their support after I got done eating to figure out if I could fix it, and they were of no help ever. So it's just frustrating, but we're gonna see where it goes. Hopefully whatever that is just a bug and they can look into it, but it seems like they don't really care that much. So all right, let's get this sketched real quick, and then we'll kind of see where we're at from there. Hopefully, yeah. Okay. So, Among the Pines, that's what I'm calling this one. And if you haven't guessed, it's gonna be pine trees. Woohoo! So, we're gonna do mountains, pine trees, probably a lake of some sort. So, just again, rough sketch, it shouldn't take long. Horizon. So, we have to figure out where we're gonna put it. Perspectively, the lower you put it, the more sky. So it looks like you're looking down when the horizon is down here. If you put the horizon line way up here, there's less sky, more ground. So it looks like you're looking up into the sky. Dead center, it's kind of eye level. Technically, you're supposed to go rule of thirds, so you're supposed to go a little bit higher than halfway. So I'm not going to measure it or anything, but just kind of eyeball. This is probably about center from side to side. So if we go up probably somewhere in here, and like I said, it's just rough sketch. Make sure it's straight if you can. Apparently I don't know how to draw a straight line, but that's probably about right. We might have to move it whenever we paint, but it's good for now. And then we'll put in our mountains. We can either do big mountains and bring everything closer so the mountains can take up this whole space in here, or we can shrink them down. Since I want to have a tree line, hold on, why is that talking? Oh my gosh, technology, I swear. Is it the song? I think it's the song. That is incredible. Try again. Yeah, it's a song. Okay. We also need to get a new playlist. Anyway, oh, the joys of this. So, since I want to put some tree lines in here, I'm going to make them smaller, just so that they look further away. So we're probably going to do, let's see here, we'll have kind of, I'll put in the hills first. So we'll put a hill here. We'll keep this low. We'll put a hill here. We'll take it up. Okay, so then you can have that in the background, and then we'll have our mountains out of that. They're just simple triangles, honestly. But bring it down. That might be a little bit too big. Hold on, let me get my eraser. See how close that's... actually, you know what? Because then if that's there, our pine trees would probably be about here. That might work. We're going to make them a little bit smaller, because if we're going to have water down here, this mountain would take up this entire area of water, and I'm going to have a little bit of land on each side. So let's do this. Let's find my pencil box here. What's on the other side? Hold on. All right. It's not a bad perspective. It's just for what I'm trying to do, it's probably a bit too big. All right. Pencil here. So, putting something like that. And then we can do a smaller one out here. And then we get the rest is sky. So that way they're a little bit further in the distance. And that'll push back once we add color. I'll show you how to do it. This will all be water. We're probably, let's see. Probably around here somewhere we'll do grass. Some other trees. Something like that. Again, just rough estimate. Unless you are really good at drawing. And go for it. I am not. So. We'll add probably a tree. There'll be a big pine tree here. I'm not going to really draw it because we're going to be painting all this in. So it'll be in this bottom right-hand corner, which you can't see. Hold on. It'll be down in here somewhere. So we'll take care of that. And that should be about it. I know you can't see too much because of the glare, but once we start putting the color down, you'll be able to see more. Sky, tree there. Might put a tree here. We'll draw that in later. Waves, water. We'll make it calm. I'm going to try to do more of like a twilight, so we'll have darker colors and then maybe a little bit of mist for in the background. So we'll see how it goes. All right. Yeah, we have like no view. We have 6 views. Trailblazers. Look at that. All right. So. Oh, let me check one thing real quick. I'll be right back. Do you wanna be my friend?
some good days we were living in, but we just didn't know it yet. I just wanna be your friend. Call it our friendships, climb the fence, just to go skinny dip. When did good days end? Making music for fun, filthy rich, but no money to spend. Do you remember when Amelie made you cry and we had to rewatch it again? I just wanna be your friend. Party on side by side, be alright for another weekend. Talk on the phone until it's 2 a.m.
There we go. Alright, so let me stop shaking so you can actually hear. I'm going to end this stream and jump right onto TikTok. I've been going for about 40 minutes, 6 views. Not horrible, actually, considering that nobody knows this live even exists. But I'm going to hop over there and we'll start painting. Sorry if I feel like I'm jerking you around a little bit, but I didn't expect just you. I expected at least a couple more people. So I'm going to hop back over there real quick, and then we'll have to give it some time for YouTube to build. So I'll be over there in just a minute. I just got to switch the app over. So hopefully I'll see you there. All right, I will see you later.